Pioneer DDJ-SZ, DJ Tr3v Excellent Sound Crew. I'm going to give you guys a quick overview and my personal own review after using it for about a day now. And yeah, we'll get right to it right now. Alright, so as you can see, the Pioneer DDJ-SZ is it's very new actually. I got it about 2 days ago. And today was my day of really getting it down packed. I didn't take it anywhere or use it for any gigs yet because I didn't get to test it out and I wasn't sure if Serato DJ would crash or anything like that. So far, as you can see right away, it is a very large controller. Alright, this is my hand to the mixer. It is bigger than my NS7. Alright, just to show in perspective. Alright, so let's say you have an NS7 because I'm a guy coming from my main unit or rig or player or whatever you want to call it is the Newmark NS7. And if you were to put the NS7 starting here, it would end just about here. Or maybe even here. So you got that much more, like half a platter more of width. It's a little bit taller as well, or in height, you should say. And yeah, so right away, the first thing that everybody gets crazy about or is excited about is this platter, this the full-size CDJ platter. Now, this platter, one thing right away that's immediately noticed in terms of the quality, and it's actually this platter is actually what's turn that down. This platter is actually what sold me on the DDJ-SZ because I love rotating platters. I started off on turntables. I was used to it. And that's why I ended up getting an NS7. It was easier to transport. It was one USB, hook up, bam, right away, good to go. You don't got to worry about anything. And with this platter right here is so smooth. All right, it has its own jog feeling adjust with like the other CDJs, but it's exceptionally more smoother than a CDJ 1000 or even a 900, or you know, it's almost comparable to the 2000 Nexus, but honestly, I like this platter more. And the other cool thing about it is that you see, I've used the 2000 Nexus like 3 times, to be honest. So I don't remember if the top is attached to the bottom. I know like the CDJ 1000 and a lot of the other CDJs, the top is a separate piece to the side piece for pitch bending, and the rotating piece. Because it's all together as one unit, or the top is together with the side, it works really well. It allows it to be a lot more smoother in its rotation. Alright, it's pretty cool. Now, getting away from that, let's start at the bottom of this platter. You have your play and cue button, the same exact ones from the CDJ. It feels awesome. Play, play. Oh, I have the stop time turned up. Turn that down. Play, pause, cue. Alright. Sync button, but only fools use that. Shift button for secondary things. Get to adjust your grid for your BPM edit. You have your sensor button, which pretty much just reverses what's being played, and the song will keep going. So let's say I'm playing this song right now, and I click sensor. So that's that. It just censors it out, just plays it reversed, but the song will keep going. You have your slip mode, which pretty much whatever you do, like you can start scratching, like the song will be playing, right? Let's say it's playing, it's going, and you start scratching, right? The song will keep playing, and when you're done scratching and doing whatever you're doing, it will continue off at where it's supposed to be if you had not done anything to modify the track at all. Alright, then you got your effects controls, 1, 2, 3. You get to type your beats in, and then you have your control right here to, as you can see, control that and go to song. It's on both desks. Both decks are, by the way, are identical. All right. Got your tempo fader, key lock, the tempo range as well if you want 8, 16 times. The auto loop feature, which I mean, like I kind of wish I could just select. Alright, first off, you see auto loop half, 2 times in, out. And the thing about this is that I wish I could just choose 4 beats, 2 beats, or 8 beats, or whatever the case may be, or even have like, you know, something in that sort. And it doesn't tell you. Like, I don't, like, when I press auto loop, I'm not sure if it's a 4-beat loop or for 8-beat loop or what it may be. And that's kind of annoying. You see, like, on the NS7, like, I'm going to compare it to the NS7 a lot because that's what I'm used to. I can choose 2, 4, 8, and then cut it in half, or, you know, double it right here with the half and 2 times. Same thing, same feature. Now, to go on to these pads are very responsive. See, I have my finger on it. It's not going to go, so it's not extremely sensitive, but it's just the right amount of pressure that you need to get it going. Now, the only thing about these pads now, the only thing to compare it to are the pads that are on the NS7 II, or I think the Mixtrack Pro 2 or something like that has it as well, or the you know, the Numark pads. Now, these pads are good. The Akai pads featured on the Numark controllers are better, though. I have to say that. The MPC pads from Akai are awesome. These are good, though. Don't get me wrong. These are good. But those are better. The one thing I do not like is the quality of these buttons. These buttons here, they're like so, like, they feel so cheap. And I mean, honestly, for a retail price of $2,000, it should be better. There's so many other controllers with better quality buttons. Again, the NS7, they're the buttons for the Qs, etc. are they feel better. Like this, I feel like, especially with this paint up here, after some use, this stuff is gonna fade away. And that's just one thing. That's one thing I don't like about it. So that pretty much covers most of the Platter. Now, if we go to the mixer, you have a 4-channel mixer. You have your crossfader. You have your headphones level. You know, whether your Q1 side or you want to hear the master. You have your dedicated filters on each channel and your master. And this filter is awesome, actually. I really like this. You have a filter for your microphone, which is pretty sick. And you got a dedicated 2-mic input on the back. So you don't have to sacrifice channels 3, 1, 2, or 4 because you want to plug in a microphone. I think on the SX, if I'm not mistaken, when you want to plug in a microphone, you had to take over one of these channels. You don't have to do that anymore. You have your own dedicated section for that. Now, you know, this is pretty straightforward. You got your levels, high and low EQs. All right. The cool thing also about this is the talk over feature. All right. It's very handy when, especially if you're like a radio DJ, or if you're in the club and you MC a lot and you're talking over the music a lot to try and hype things up. It's a pretty cool feature. One thing that kind of ticked me off is that this low, right? Like, each of these knobs, when they get into that middle position, they have that like slight lock. You know, like it's good here, but once it gets there, like, you feel it's there. This one is kind of off. Kind of off. See that? It's kind of off. And again, like, for $2,000, I expect better quality. All right. So that goes with that. The filter, echo, straightforward as echo. Pitch. Now when you play a track, I'm gonna play this side. Press pitch. Raises the pitch. Lower down. Now, do I think that's actually useful? Maybe. Not really too necessary. My main two effects that I really like is the echo and the filter. Because with the echo... Alright, so... Here we go. In Serato Scratch Live, you'll have an effect called Echo Out. And a lot of DJs I notice use it. I don't use Scratch Live often, so I don't really depend on it, but I'll be honest with you, there are a lot of DJs that really do depend on the Echo Out feature to transition. So if you're one of those DJs that do, well, you're lucky, because what I can do now is I'm going to turn this up about 3/4 way. I'm going to echo and then bring this down. And you got to echo out right there. So that's pretty cool. Now, the other thing about this mixer that is something I haven't ever seen on another mixer before. So I guess it is very innovative, but it's innovative, but kind of useless. So here we have a volume knob, and we have 4 buttons that say noise, cymbal, siren, and horn. All right, now it's pretty much like a sampler. You know, you press cymbal, you're gonna hear a cymbal. Now, noise, I don't even know how to describe this, so I'll just press it. And you can adjust it with the parameter, so turn it down. So that's that. The horn, for like, I play reggae a lot, dance hall and stuff like that, and my family's from Guyana, and I do a lot of Caribbean parties, West Indian parties, so the horn comes in handy, so I need to adjust that. So stupid. There's a siren too. Pretty cool. So that's that. Again, do I think it's handy? No, because you have a sampler built into Serato DJ, and you also have your own dedicated sampler volume right here on the mixer, which is pretty cool. Now, overall, the build quality of this is pretty good. You know, it's not like, I mean, like, it's not plastic, but I can't say that it's like full on steel or metal either. Like, this is some pretty good build quality, especially for a controller. And at 22 pounds, that is incredible for the size of this entire thing. You see, what really also sold me was, yeah, it was the platters. But on top of that, besides that, the fact that the platters feel amazing, and you can, if you're into scratching, you can scratch pretty well on here. But 22 pounds, bro, like, coming from, again, an NS7 or Techniques, you know, carrying around an NS7 in a case, the NS7 is about 50 pounds. My case is the glider style case, so it's about 55 pounds. So in between, with all the cables and my headphones I keep inside as well, with the NS7 FX bar, let's just say it's about 110 to 120 pounds. All in one unit. By the way, my NS7's right here. So this one unit right here is 120 pounds. And I need somebody to help me carry that often. And it's annoying. Now with this, 22 pounds. I can carry this by myself, put it in a case. I'll probably at most 50 pounds. All right, or about 50 pounds. Odyssey didn't come out, like, they're making the case right now, so that's why I don't have a case yet. It's not shipping out yet. I'm pretty sure they're probably back ordered with the amount of these that are being shipped and ordered. But yeah, I mean, the weight for it is amazing. And yeah, for the build quality, it's pretty good. So I guess I know most of you probably want to take a look at the back. And here we have your master XLR, your master out with RCA, you have your quarter booth out. I kind of wish they had a booth out with RCA as well. That would have been a great touch. Channels 4 to channels 1 through 4 all have their dedicated RCA inputs, as well as 4 and 3 have their phono inputs. You have your 2 mic inputs, XLR and quarter, and you have your 2 USBs. One thing that pissed me off as well is that they only included 1 USB. I mean, not that I'm a cheap guy and I can't afford a USB cable, but I mean, come on. It's meant to give, or to use 2 laptops. At least include 2 USBs. Again, like, we're paying a nice hefty price for this thing. I expect, you know, good quality and a second USB. That's all. That's really it. Yeah. I haven't been able to use this with 4 decks. I think like 4 decks on the screen, especially with a 15-inch screen, is very distracting. It's hard to keep track of what's going on. And I prefer 2 channels. You know, maybe a 3rd channel if anything, but yeah, I've only had 24 hours with this thing. The sound quality coming out of it is very good. And yeah, there's really not much else to say. It's a little bit to get used to if you're coming from rotating platters, whether it be Techniques or NS7 or V7 or even Denons, 39 or 3700s. I've used them all. And you know, it takes some getting used to when it comes to CDJ. So if you're like me, you know, really focused on or constantly using equipment that isn't a CDJ, then you're gonna need to adapt a little bit. But these are very responsive, and if you once you adapt to it, you'll be able to do some damage. You'll be able to get a lot of cuts in and do some really great stuff with it. But also, by the way, you can adjust the crossfader curve right here. Sharp, not so sharp. Here is the unit turning on. It's pretty cool. It's just like a CDJ setup. Mom, I'm making a video right now with my new DJ stuff. I'll call you right back. Bye. I should put that in the video. Also, these knobs, they feel great. These knobs feel awesome. All the knobs feel good. I just wish this one was aligned properly. These faders feel great. Crossfader is adjustable right there, so you can get the feel that you really like. I've been used to, when it comes to CDJ setups, I've been used to using rain mixers, whether it be the 57 or the 62 or even the 68. And this fader is good. Obviously, the rain fader is a little bit better. I think that's really everything. And there you have it. That's the overview and my review of the DDJ-SZ. In conclusion, this unit is awesome. It's great if you're a mobile DJ and if you're looking for a CDJ setup that has all the bells and whistles at an affordable price, and the build quality may not make it worth the value. Like, for example, these buttons right here, I wish the quality of all of these buttons, all these buttons right here, they all feel very plasticky. They feel like they're gonna break. They also look or feel like or seem like they'll lose the writing or the paint or the labeling that's on top over time. So, I mean, like I said, I really think they could use better quality buttons for that. And yeah, overall, would I recommend this to the next person? Yes, I would. If you're coming, if you're looking for an all-in-one unit and a controller, especially something affordable and lightweight, and you specifically want a nice CDJ setup, I definitely recommend it. And that's DJ Tr3v of Excellent Sound Crews Pioneer DDJ-SZ review. I'm gonna try and make a mix with this this week and get it up for the weekend. And yeah, you'll get to see it in action. Later. Big up